Good day, collective. So often people think that, when they come at you, they try you either intentionally or, behind your back, that when you don't respond, when you're silent, that's a sign of weakness, of you being passive. But if you're anything like me, that silence is very telling. Because I really, really prioritize spiritual dignity and how I conduct and hold myself. Because you see, my silence is not empty, it's full of charge, it's full of knowing and intention, precision, calculation. And, it's all about that still water running deep. If I'm quiet, I am considering all kinds of different things. I am considering whether or not I'm going to cut you off. It could be that I'm deciding to just let you, do what you do and, let karma catch up to you, which most of the time actually works, y'all. It could be deciding that, the low frequency is so petty, it's not worth my energy, to kind of address directly. Or it could be that, I'm charging up and that with every inhale, there's a storm kind of collecting inside of me, and with that exhale, it could be a bolt of lightning if that is what the Most High God directs me to do. I do not attack, but I will defend me and my family and others who are vulnerable that need to be protected. And it's, I have to be honest, most of the time, y'all, I don't really have to get to that point. I call upon, the divine when it comes to justice and judgment. That's what I try to do. But that silence is powerful. The way I move is that my silence is louder than any words that I can convey, because you're going to feel my energy. Even if I don't talk, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel me. And, but I don't shout. I don't plead. I think. And I go to the Most High God for discernment and my guides. Very calculated. I am not weaponized by my anger. I'm weaponized with the truth, clarity, and focus, and the sacred restraint. That spiritual dignity, I view as my honor, y'all. Real talk. It protects me. It keeps me safe. And even when people talk and think they're gaining momentum by my silence, what's actually happening is that energy is losing momentum by the lack. If you respond in kind, if you match that energy, you are helping that negative momentum gain more, right? But when you don't respond right away, you are slowing the momentum. You are neutralizing it so that, all that's left is whatever energy they're trying to put into it. It really is tactical, y'all. Choose to not let them bait you for that energy drain. Walking away without making a noise, because your absence is the roar. Your lack of saying anything is the thunder, right? They just don't know the bolt has even hit them yet. And it couldn't necessarily be a bolt from you. It could be the Most High God. It could be the ancestors. It could be anybody, depending on what they're doing. Choosing peace is one of the most powerful things that you can do. It is not passive, and it takes a lot of strength to do that. And how I operate is, if it's not in alignment with my peace that I've worked hard to prioritize, it needs to get out of my energy field. Sorry, y'all. That was a long intro before I do this Today's word is I'm weaponized with spiritual dignity. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the mother. So I always try to make these words practical. So y'all might be saying, all right, I got people coming at me all the time. You know, there is a time, right? It's about wisdom and grace. There is a time when there is a time when you should challenge, you should speak up, especially if it's, you know, someone immediate threat to your health and safety, to your children, if they're lying on you. But even then, pause. You know, like you're like thinking through all the different situations. Okay, where when should I implement this lesson about how choosing peace and reacting in silence is the way to go? Well, one thing is if you're repeatedly getting tested by the same person or situation and it's constantly trying to trigger something about you that you've been dealing or processing it with a while, and it could be the same trigger, different person, that is likely a situation where rather than kind of going into your old cycle of response, you screaming, shouting, whatever, you need to instead breathe and pause. You need to figure out, you know, what is the lesson? Why is it happening for you rather than to you? What is the emotion that it's bringing forth? You know, is your response truly based on the incident in hand, or is it based on something before that you're now projecting onto this situation? You got to pause. You really got to ask yourself. And you have to figure out, okay, what's going to actually get me the result that I am desiring here? Or if it's someone that's just trying to argue with you, because there are people who just like arguing with you. There's certain people that you trigger just by being you with your light. If they're like that and like it's just somebody that's like karmic who just likes being unhappy and likes arguing with people and is just generally just in a miserable predisposition and they're lashing out at you, especially a stranger, road rage, or somebody just don't like you because you're a man or whatever it is, that is low frequency pettiness. That does not deserve your energy. That does not deserve you getting involved in a situation with them and it getting out of hand and something serious happening, y'all. That's a situation that you should say that is too petty. That's too low for me to even focus or give any of my energy to. And you need to walk away from a situation like that. Also, if you're in a situation where you're feeling like your peace is being threatened continually with this situation, you need to step back. If it's a person or if it's a job or if it's a place, you need to meditate and you need to start consulting with your higher self, your divine voice connected to God, either in meditation or before you go to sleep or after, go while you ground. You need to think through, like, what is your exit strategy for this? Can you put distance? And if you can't do it right away, what are some things that you can do to give yourself some immediate peace to deal with the situation? So start thinking through, okay, what is my exit strategy? If this is something I'm not really connected to and I can just pull away, just cease a friendship or relationship, then I'll do that. If it's someone closer or something I need to depend on, what's my exit strategy? What are some immediate things that I can do to give myself some peace? Especially when you got somebody gunning for you or someone like coming for your head, trying to hurt you, harm you, and especially if it's a job. Really get quiet, get very still, and get strategic about how you're responding, and make sure they're not pulling you, gaining momentum into that energy. That is why your silence is going to be crucially important. And that when you do speak, it is very thoughtful and you have really thought of how it will be perceived by everyone involved. Do you hear me? Also, when you're dealing with people like this, it's going to be very important for you to be mindful about cleaning your energy field. Take a bath, with some sea salt. Go outside and ground. Do a dry bath, like where you kind of do that through Reiki, like whatever it is. Burn some sage, whatever it is that's going to ground your energy so that any attacks that are coming your way, that you make sure it doesn't stick on you as a residual. And then make sure that you are reaffirming to yourself, despite what they're saying to you and what they're saying to other people about what you are doing, that you know who you are, that you are grounded in your truth, that you're not letting whatever is being said or whoever is saying anything about you, that it's letting you kind of pull you off track. And that you really stand on it, that you really stick on it, y'all, that you really say, I'm in alignment with who I am and what I am doing, and I have confidence in it. And if you find that you like are not in alignment with it, or if the person is justified at all and how they're coming at you, then also do that perspective as well, y'all. Just because we silent doesn't mean that we're just charging up to respond. It could be that maybe there is something that you need to recalibrate. Maybe there is something that you truly are doing that's not really high vibration. You feel me? And maybe that is just time for you to think about, well, if there is some justification, or, if there is something that, they're saying that is true, that you consider true, that is in alignment with you, that deep down then you can readjust and maybe help repair the connection or the relationship, you know? So, with that said, we're going to end this word with our affirmation. Something you can either say it to yourself, you can say it in a mirror, however else. I particularly, when I'm doing these affirmations, especially if it's something about like standing in your power, standing in your truth, I like to honestly put my hand on my solar plexus, which is right above your belly button. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting my hand on my solar plexus chakra. And I'm going to say, I stand in my full power. I'm not reactive. I'm refined. And I'm armed with truth and move with grace. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. Thank you so much, y'all. I love you. I hope you're having a peaceful day. Anybody new, please check me out. Give me a chance. Like, subscribe, follow any supporters, any of my soul tribe coming back in, kind of giving feedback. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this community and sharing with me your thoughts as we grow together. All right, y'all. Peace.